All right, everybody. Welcome to the Fun Detective Podcast. We're live tonight. It is Sunday, January 31st, 2021. January is done. Greyhawk says hi. Hey, Bob. How are you? And I'm Zyla. I'm the host, and I'm here tonight with, as always, my fabulous co-host, Deedles. Hi, Deedles.
Hello.
How's everybody? We were off last week. Took a little bit of a break, but we're back. How's everybody doing? What's everybody been up to this week? What have you been up to, Deals?
I've been grinding out a bunch of stuff. We should probably start with what do you think? We'll start with the slideshow. I've been grinding Thunderfury and Hand of Ragnaros for 2 straight weeks.
That's right.
Yep.
You've been working hard.
Yep.
I was there for a little bit of that, but you've been doing most of the work. And we can tell everybody tonight how, if in case you're wondering, you want to go back and get some of the old legendaries. That's our 3-year plan, is to get all the old legendaries. So we're working on Thunderfury first. And we'll tell you a little bit tonight about how to get that and where we're at in the process. So it's been kind of cool. I have not been doing that as much as you. I was with you a few times doing that. I've just been kind of playing and raiding and doing the normal stuff. And I guess it's time to play Epic Fail, Epic Win. I'll let you go first this time. What's your Epic Fail?
My epic fail. My epic fail would also be grinding out mats for Thunderfury and Hand of Ragnarok at the same time.
You need to sleep. Sleep is important. You should sleep for some of that time.
Yeah.
My epic fail, as always, I try to have all these good intentions with WoW to get stuff done, and then I don't. And Saturday morning, I like to get up Saturday mornings and have some coffee. And I usually go sit on our couch with my laptop instead of sitting here at my big computer. And I like to just play some WoW and get some of my maintenance stuff done, like, my weeklies and all my Covenant stuff and all that, and Torghast, all that kind of stuff. So I got on there, got up Sunday morning, got my coffee, sat down with the computer, hopped on WoW, and immediately somebody whispered me, which is fine. And then somebody else whispered me, wanting to ask about the guild and stuff. So I talked to them for a little bit. And then somebody else whispered me about something else, and then somebody else whispered me about something else, and Tony was sitting across from me, and like an hour and a half had gone by, and I looked up at Tony. I'm like, I'm still standing in Oribos. I have not done a thing. I have been on here for an hour and a half, and I haven't actually played the game at all. But people got to use the long boy while I was standing there, so I guess that was good for them.
Yeah, epic win for them.
Epic win for them. Okay, what is your epic win this week?
Well, along with getting grinding out all these mats, I decided, with our dear guildie Nate, to push Gladiator.
Crazy.
Yeah, so in the midst of a really terrible grind, which you will see later, I roped him in for an even more terrible grind.
Have fun with that, Nate.
And so good news is I have all 197 PvP gear all laid out. 2 choices in the vault for next week.
Very nice.
For a raid. And honor level 20.
Woo! We're all gonna be jelly when you show up to raid with your elite weapon. Well, that's good. I don't have the patience for PvP. I did it a little bit, well, the other night with you guys, and it's like I can do one or two, and then I'm like, okay, I'm bored now. But that's cool. And it's too bad. I really need to like learn to like it because you get some really cool rewards with PvP. I think a lot of times they have much cooler looking gear, and you get like I would have liked to have that hippo mount that they had in BFA and stuff, but
The thing
yeah.
about PvP I decided to do is our guild is a heroic raiding guild. We're not going to push into Mythic Nathrius. We're,
Right,
we're
most likely
we're
not.
just yeah. So this is a way for me to independently get the best gear in the game at that time.
Yeah, that's a good way to do it. I mean, right now, PvP is the way to gear up, period,
Yeah,
until they, whatever changes they were talking about
it's
bringing
it's
into
been
PvE.
been much more rewarding because no matter whether you win or lose, you still get something out of it.
Yeah, that's a
And
plus for it, yeah.
like literally it just becomes farming at that point,
Yeah,
which I'm not. I mean, if you run a Mythic Plus and you struggle through it for an hour, you get nothing,
true.
most likely. I mean, you might get something from the vault that you could use, but the gear discrepancy between those two is just it's unbelievably favored to PvP. And a lot of the gear is really on par with raid gear.
Yeah, it
So
is.
there's there's no there's no real difference.
No, that's true. That's a very good way to gear up. And I think it, like you said, for the amount of time you put into it, you have a better chance of getting something out of it than you do. Like you can spend, I have gone into a dungeon and spent like an hour and a half in there before we cleared it, and then you don't always get anything from that dungeon. You might get something in your vault, but and then that may or may not be useful. So yeah, I need to start doing that more. But there's a lot of things I need to do more of, and I, I have lots of good intentions. My epic win, though, was with you when we were working on our Thunderfury mats. We finished farming all the stuff we needed and got the Hammer of Sulphurous, so that was cool.
Yep, step one.
That was step one down. So, yeah, step by step, we'll get it. All right. Well, that brings us to the news. We got a little bit of news this week. Not a whole lot. It's been kind of slow lately, but we found some news items. The first item of the week is they came out with new DPS rankings for the week for Castle Nathria. Let me put that up here on the browser scene. Balanced Druid, still number one.
Mm-hmm.
I love that Balanced Druid. We got Affliction Warlock, we got Fire Mage, we got Windwalker Monk, still way up there. Shadow Priest, still up there. Feral Druid, they're sixth now. That's cool.
Yeah.
Rogue's moving up a little bit. Outlaw Rogue. Elemental Shaman, Unholy Death Knight, Demonology Warlock, and Ret Pally. And the rest are kind of on the bottom. Two of the three Hunter specs are on the very bottom. Sorry, Hunters. Marksman's kind of in the middle. All the Hunters I know hate Marksman, so they don't want to play Marksman. And then Arcane Mage and Frost Mage are in there, and Frost Death Knight. Fury Warrior is still, it's moved up a little bit. It's above Arms Warrior now. Excuse me. They used to be reversed, so. So yeah, those are our DPS rankings for the week, according to Wowhead. And I think that's based on like how many people play those in the higher end rating content and stuff. So, but that could change because our next news item is all about the class tunings that are coming up. So rejoice, classes, because some of you are going to get some more buffs and stuff.
Yep. So we have Frost DK. All damage abilities increased by 5%.
Yay!
Yay!
Woohoo! They just increased them too, so that's another increase on top of that. So that should be better. I still need to get my Death Knight out. Start playing. That's my third alt. I'm working on my Shaman, so I have an extra healer, so I can use that one for casual raid, and then I'd like to do my Death Knight next. And Demon Hunter Havoc, they're buffing their damage abilities. They're increasing that by 3%.
Rejoice, hunters, because Beastmaster, all damage abilities increase by 5%.
Woo!
Survival hunters the same.
That should
Frost
help a
mage,
little. The Beast
yeah,
Mastery, though, I think the biggest complaint I've heard about Beast Mastery is their legendaries are just dumb. They've got
yeah.
that tar trap flare thing that you have to lay down the tar trap and then put a flare in it.
Mhm.
And it works really good if you're standing around and can time it and don't have to move. But if you have to move around, it's not so good. So you need to fix that, Blizz, if you're ever listening.
Frost mage, all damage abilities increase by 3%.
Nice.
Assassination rogue, all damage abilities increase by 5%.
5%. That's a pretty decent one.
For enhancement shamis, all damage abilities increase by 3%. Warlock, destruction warlock, all damage abilities increase by 5%.
Yay. Tony will be happy. Warriors, arms is damage abilities increased by 3%, and fury, all damage abilities increased by 3%.
Yep.
So yeah, so that those rankings might change because it looks like some of the classes that are having some problems right now are getting a little bit of a buff, so that's good.
Yeah.
Yeah. All right, and in pet news, you can now get Jellycat.
Yay, Jellycat.
Jellycat, Jellycat. I got some pictures of Jellycat here.
It's the best.
It is very cool. Here's a Jellycat here in the middle. He's cool looking.
Yeah, Jellycat, best cat.
Best cat. So yeah, I don't know how you get him.
You can purchase. So at Renown 27, they have Battle Pet and Adventure stuff. So you can now purchase at Renown 27
Oh, okay.
Covenant Battle Pets for 1,500 anima and 30 Grateful Offerings.
Nice.
Yay.
Okay, grateful offerings. I'm always confused. You get those from using the the anima conduit conductor thing, right?
You would receive, you would put your anima focused in one area, and they usually give you a quest daily to get some grateful offerings.
Aha, okay.
Also, in Ardenweald, in the amphitheater, there's a boss that drops grateful offerings.
Yeah.
I think a few other rares around should drop grateful offerings.
Something drops them because I have like a couple and I've never done any of the stuff that to purposely get it. So I must have
The
gotten it from a
yeah.
drop from something. So that's cool. I haven't. That's one thing. There's just so much this expansion, and that's not a bad problem to have. It's just you have to. If you're like me and you have limited time, you got to prioritize what you do. And most of my stuff goes into what I need to do to raid and stuff. So I'm doing that. But that the conduit thing, the conductor, and all the little bonus things you get to do with that is something I need to. Once things kind of slow down, if we have like a little bit of a lull between raid tiers or something, I might start working on that kind of stuff.
Speaking of that, I worked with the command table a little bit,
Yeah.
and I downloaded this add-on called Venture Plan. You have to download that add-on. It's not on like Curse or Steam or any of the ones. It's just the website Venture Plan,
Oh, okay.
and you'll just have to like unzip it and put it in your WoW add-ons folder. But it's done wonders because now it's more of a reliable way to know if you're going to be victorious in missions, and it also gives you the XP for completing that mission. So if one
Oh, okay.
mission gives 300, you know that you'd rather do this mission because it gives 6.
Right. That's handy. I need to get that. And the
Yep.
mission table, I looked at it briefly because somebody in the guild asked if we could do a little thing about the mission table, which I haven't studied in depth yet, but I did look at it and there's really not a good way to do it quickly like how we used to do in BFA, and you had an add-on and it would pick all your people and put them in there and you just hit the button and went. You actually have to kind of think about it a little bit. And the best way I can describe it is it's like you're a raid leader and you're trying to position your raid team. You got to think of your followers as your team, and each, you have to figure out their abilities and what they do, and when you place them, like you'll have ranged ones and they'll hit the furthest enemy away with X amount of damage. And when you place it, it'll show a little arrow as to the enemy that it'll hit. So you got to kind of think about stuff and say, okay, well, this guy does this kind of damage and I want to kill him quickly, so I need to have this one to counter it. And it does
Right.
require some thought, but that add on is helpful because it does help you kind of figure out your success percentage. So.
Right.
That is very cool. I will have to get that one. Yeah, I've heard other people using it and they've been saying it works pretty good. So Robbie says, "Sup guys? Hey, how you
Hey, what's
doing,
up?
bud?" All right. And let's see, our next news item is the Mythic Plus damage calculator. So what is that exactly?
So, this is a calculator that will prove how much, like, if a Mythic Plus dungeon is just too much for you. Let's say you go in with eye level 200 gear,
Right.
right? The damage calculator for X amount of like, let's say you have 200 eye level gear, right? And you want to do an 8, right?
Right.
This
Let's
will
see if we. Oh yeah, there we go. And you can you go to your dungeon here. You list all the dungeons. You pick one.
right.
The slider tells you what level you want to do. Okay, there's 8. Okay, that's kind of cool. And it tells you the different things that it does. Gives you your fixes here.
Right. You can change those as the weeks go on. It's just a way to say, like, literally, I'm stuck at I don't want to go into a 10 because I literally will not survive it. The
Right.
damage calculation will be way too much for it.
Nice. And that is on Wowhead. See the thing, there's Wowhead. So anybody wants to do that? Just
This
hop
also
onto
gives
Wowhead.
the a fixed rotation for the weeks.
Yeah, it will tell you ahead of time what they're going to be, which is nice. You can plan ahead. That way you know what weeks are going to be good for pushing and what weeks you might want to just try to take the easiest key you have, and then that's it.
Right.
That's a handy tool. Wowhead has all these cool things on it. There's so much on Wowhead. There really is. I don't
Oh
use it nearly enough.
yeah. Okay. You want to move on to the next one?
Sure, we've got
Hot
hot
fixes.
fixes, fun detected. Although I don't think any of them are fun detected ones this time.
No, because they're hot fixing Castle Nathria.
Yeah.
So it looks like also some dungeons and raids. So if we look at a manifestation of prideful affix, now three, it now sees through stealth and ability effects. Fun detected.
Fun detected.
um, Plaguefall, Margrave, Stradalma, Plague Bound, devoted health and damage is reduced by 40%. Good.
Nice. That's helpful.
Reduce the cast frequency of Infectious Rain during her final phase. Then slightly adjusted the timing of Plague Crash, so there is a little more time between tentacle slaps.
Get slapped by those tentacles. That's no
Yeah.
fun.
We got Sanguine Depths, fixing an issue where flying chamber sentinels would fail to contribute enemy forces required on Mythic Keystone difficulty. Crexus, severing smash damage reduced by 20% on all difficulties. This is huge because
Yeah.
that can, like, I've seen that kill. Like, you're supposed to have that smash that he does and get rid of the ads, but if a clothy gets it, oh man,
Yeah, that'll one shot you sometimes.
yeah.
That's bad. So that's good. Good damage reduction there.
And then they're doing essence absorption, damage reduced by 20% on mythic difficulty. Let's see, Executor, Tarvald, fleeting manifestation health reduced by 20%. Nice.
Nice.
Spires of Ascension, Laxus, Klatos, and Astronos are no longer affected by mythic keystone affixes that trigger on death.
So like sanguine. Okay.
Right.
Cool.
Laxus, those three. Oppression now increased damage taken by 1% per application, was 2%.
Okay.
The
Oh
biggest one here
man.
is Necrotic Wave.
Yeah, there's a
And
bunch.
it's so good because now we don't get stuck at that first boss.
That's the worst one. It's terrible.
Yeah. When Bloody Javelin and Discharge Anima hits more than 8 times, the total damage is distributed evenly across all targets. Let's see. That's Akirian spears and shields you pick up, that sort of thing.
Yeah.
Brittlebone costs Brittlebone Crossbowman Bowman is damage reduced
Oh, those
by
things
20%.
Oh, those suck. Yeah, that's good. That's good.
Yep, the ones that fear.
I
Yeah.
hate those things.
Fix an issue where Brittlebone Crossbowmen shoot was ignoring armor.
Okay. Did I forget to put my armor on before I came to this fight? What's up with that?
Oh my. Okay.
Not good.
So their damage overall now is reduced by 20%. Brittlebone mages, Frostbolt volley reduced by 20%.
Ooh.
Corpse harvesters, health reduced by corpse harvester health reduced
by
29%.
29%. That's good. Oh, and the mages too. The mages frostbolt damage was reduced by 36%, and the cast time was increased to 2.5 seconds. That was 2
Right.
seconds. That's awesome.
And then look at Blightbone, which is the first boss. Kyrion's worm, Blood Gorge, those worms.
Oh, I hate those worms.
Required to trigger Kyrian eruption increased by
To
5. Was 3. So they had hit you 3 times and blow up. Now they have to hit you 5 times.
That's good because, oh my gosh, Tony and I went in with a group of guildies, and it was like a 4, I think, maybe, or a 2. It was a 2, I think, and we went in and just got completely destroyed by that. So we went outside and came back in and made it a 0 or something, and whatever the key level was, we bumped it down 1, and then we were able to get it. But those worms, oh my gosh, I hate those worms.
Yeah, they really chunk any kind of group you make.
Yeah.
It's awful if you run melee. So to Castle Nathria, there's some significant stuff. So on Council of Blood, Dreadbolt volley damage reduced by up to 20% in smaller raid sizes.
Not us.
No.
Because we have like 25 people.
Damage will remain the same in 30-player raids. Okay.
Okay. Time to cut half 30. The team. Just kidding.
Undetected.
Just kidding. We're not going to do that. But yeah, the fact that we have kind of a larger size raid has worked against us on some of these bosses, unfortunately. But that's all right.
Drain Essence, damage reduced by up to 20% in smaller raids. Okay. And then Dark Recital, duration reduced to 6 seconds on normal heroic difficulties.
It was 7.
Okay. This is for Sludge Fist on Mythic. All of his damage abilities. The first one is reduced by 10%, chain slams reduced by 35%, and chain bleed is reduced by 35%.
Nice. Have fun, all you mythic raiders out there.
Yep. A lot of these are mythic. Stone Legion generals, they've heavily nerfed this.
Oh wow, their health was reduced by
Their health is,
10%.
yeah.
That's pretty good.
Let's see. Anyway, but if you want to read the full thing, I know we didn't go over it, just the highlights of stuff. But it is on Wowhead.
Yeah. That will help us a little bit, I think. Well, some of it will, some of it won't, because we still have a lot of people in our raid, but we're getting there. All right, our next item of news slash lore. There are some lore items in the mall.
Yeah, they're talking about actual lore items in the mall that actually gave lore. They don't have these anymore.
Ah.
But what they did was they found all of them in beta and posted them. So there's some like very interesting questions we could be asking about to learn a little more about the mall.
Hmm.
Uh, so as we doubtless all know at this point, there are various mall lore items that can drop off mobs or be found at various locations in the mall. These each start a quest requiring you to take the item to Venari. So if you ever got like a green item, return this to Venari, and then you get a certain amount of rep.
Right.
There are a total of 22 of these, and collecting them all even gives an achievement, deciphering Death's intentions.
Yeah.
Many of the items mention a Warden Korath, who I don't believe we have ever met. So Redditor Volks DK has asked a very interesting question. I found out today that the mall lore could actually be read in the beta. Now they're just static items for rep. Anyone know why this changed? Some of the stories seemed really cool, like a night elf used as an experiment for soul forging by making her relive the burning of Teldrassil constantly to provide more power to soul forges.
Ooh.
I know.
Maybe that's why they took that out. I don't know
Uh,
though.
it seems like they're referring to subject 638, and the item found on her corpse starts a quest. Tormentor's notes when the quest is turned into Venari. Her response is simply and cryptically, quite the vivid description. I suggest you consider this a reminder of what will happen should you fall in your efforts against a jailer.
Hmm.
That's very interesting. I
Yeah, and
don't know why they took that out.
it says that her responses to things also suggest that you read the tormentor's notes and know what she's referring to, but we the players don't get the privilege. And then it
That's
lists some of them. Yeah, I wonder why they took that out. I wonder if it's story and they decided to change that, or if it's just some other technical reason or whatever that caused them to take it out.
maybe some of the things were spoilers.
That could be, maybe.
Yeah.
Maybe. I don't know. That's interesting, though.
Yeah.
Have to go back through and read some of those.
And next on the to-do list, we have Glory of the Nathria Raider Achievement Guide.
Woo! Yeah, so go out there and try to get your. There's a mount here, it looks like. I'll show you the mount. There's the mount. Oh, it won't let me click on it, but anyway, it looks like a bat mount. Cool. Rampart Screecher. Oh, he's kind of cool looking. Yeah.
Right.
Yeah, and there's, let's see, boss encounters. There's different ones for each boss, of course.
Mm-hmm.
So, yeah.
That's really cool. I love when they do that stuff.
Yeah, I like the glory achievements because you get the mount and They're
Yeah.
fun to work on. They're fun to go back. Like we did a few of them, and it took a while, but we did a few of the old ones with the guild and went back. It'd be good to be in a position where if there was like a lag of time in between hatches or whatever, that we could maybe try to work on that. But we'll see. You got to get enough people that want to do it. So
Right.
we'll see. But yeah, that's fun.
Okay. There's a mind control strat in Tyrannus Scythe, which is interesting, I thought.
Yeah.
So Jeff, there. This is, I guess, a streamer
Oh, there's a
for
video.
the
I could
Mythic
play.
Dungeon Cup. Yeah, that's the entire stream.
Oh, I'm not gonna do that then.
Yeah, yeah. Jeff, their priest, has a dominant mind talent, which allows you to control his own character while using mind control. He uses mind control on the Druss Soul Cleaver before the burn phase, so that's the first boss,
Right.
which has the soul split ability. By the time the burn phase starts, Jeth is back and dealing damage while the Druss Soul Cleaver walks up and applies the soul split debuffs to the tree, right?
Right.
So it's literally an interrupt, giving people way more damage on him before he starts his like increase. No, I read that wrong. It's literally applying the soul split debuff longer.
Okay.
So he has that 20% damage taken. So he, instead of 8 seconds on him, 20% damage taken, it's now 16 seconds. So they doubled.
Oh wow.
They doubled with that mind control thing. They doubled the duration. So that's definitely really cool if you're running a Shadow Priest and you would like to get that boss down quite quickly.
Interesting. They said they tested the mind control trick on live servers and it works as well and realistically can be used on any creature, though it probably has the most effectiveness on the boss itself. Yeah, that's makes you want to take a Shadow Priest in there.
Right.
That can be handy, especially on higher keys, too. All right, and then we have a fan has remastered some WoW cinematics.
Every WoW cinematic.
Every WoW cinematic. Wow.
He puts it in a stunning 4K 48 FPS.
Nice.
I watched a few of them. They're amazing.
That's pretty cool. Wonder if we can.
Yeah, if you click on that, we could watch the first one if you want to.
Yeah, we can do that. Let me pull it up here just to get an idea of how good it is. Here we go. That down a bit.
Four years have passed since the mortal races banded together and stood united against the might of the Burning Legion. Though Azeroth was saved, the tenuous pact between the Horde and the Alliance has all but evaporated. The drums of war thunder once again.
Oh yeah, that looks pretty impressive. This is what made me want to be a druid. Wow.
Yeah.
I will have to say, World of Warcraft has some impressive fans in like just the art and all the different things they do, and doing something like that Blizzard should probably be the one doing that, but some fan goes and completely remasters their cinematics and it looks amazing.
Yeah. They have a 4K option on YouTube. Flip it to that if you want to watch through all of them. They are absolutely fantastic, even if you don't have a 4K monitor.
That's great.
The detail in the back of like that, the druid, I could never see it because it was just too dark.
Yeah.
But you could see literally all the intricate background of the forest. It was
Yeah,
really, really.
that was impressive. And you could see like the Tauren guy on the cliff, you could see down into the valley and see all the details and stuff. That was pretty cool. There's some talented people out there.
Oh yeah.
You're right.
And then, speaking of talented people,
Art blast.
we have an art blast.
Yeah. Let me pull that up. What are we art blasting today?
The mall.
The mall. Not the mall, the mall.
The mall.
The mall. Yeah, this is cool too. Let me move my stuff again because I had it moved around for the video. Okay.
If you're like me and all you do in the mall is run away from mobs and don't stop and look at the scenery, this is a good way to do so.
Yeah, we got that. That's very cool. I like the angles on that one.
Yeah. See Torghast in the background.
Yeah. It's cool. I like that one too. That. Now are these are like the concept art for it when they were designing it, I guess.
It's basically like what Colin Volrath had to like. It's not the concept art. It's actually like literally that's what's in the game, but it's what he worked on for the game.
Okay.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, I like that too.
We also have some stuff for the other side as well.
Yeah, right. Let me.
You can actually just like
scroll
click
down.
through it.
Yeah, here we go. Do the other side. That almost looks like a Taldazar.
Yeah, right.
There's that.
I love that in the background. That's
Oh
just
yeah,
so cool.
that's with the tree and that. Yeah.
See, I never noticed the waterfalls.
Oh yeah, in the background. Oh, there's just waterfalls all over the place in Ardenweald. Yeah, you got some back there too.
Yep. Then we have the Ardenweald stuff.
So yeah.
It's so gorgeous.
It is very pretty. Again, a bunch of very talented artists at Blizzard. That's part of why I like this game, and people complain about how it's not updated and some of the other games are more high def or whatever, or look more realistic, but I really like the way Blizzard's art is of the game, the way you're in there. It's like being in a really amazing piece of art and you're actually in it walking around.
Yeah, Ardenweald is like you're running around in a painting.
Yeah.
It really is.
I like that. I don't need to be all realistic and stuff because, I see that kind of stuff every day. And it is realistic. It's just, I think it's more art stylistic than some of the other games out there. But,
yeah. I really love the detail they even did on the herbs we did a couple times back.
Yeah, just little things like that.
Mm-hmm. So, like, I love Blizzard staff because they're so creative. And like they put so much hard work and dedication in what they do, and that's why this game is as great as it is.
Yeah, that is. That's one of the many reasons. All right. Okay, well that's it for our new stuff, that brings us to time for the Lord of Lore.
Hang on, we have the slideshow for.
Oh, that's right. That's not part of the lore thing, is it? Never mind.
No,
Started the
I'm
music
sorry.
too soon. That's all right.
We're not there yet, people. I'm
We're
sorry.
not there yet. Sorry, no
If
lore.
you're excited,
Sorry.
there is lore. Don't say there's no lore. There is lore.
There's not lore yet, but it's coming. It's last. Yeah, and my notes are out of order because the slides. I should have put a thing in there reminding me that slides. All right, so we have a slideshow. That's kind of got lore in it too, though.
Yeah. There is a lot of interesting lore behind these weapons that I decided to get, and you want to pull up the slideshow real quick?
Sure. Here we go.
And
there we go. Whoop, that's not the start. There
nope,
we go.
wait.
Oh, wait, that's a.
No, wrong one. Let me
I'm
say
confused.
abort. I'm sorry.
Abort. Wait. Okay, let me find it. Hold on. Where is it? I don't see the.
I will resend it to you.
Oh, it's in Messenger, isn't it? Oh, no, let me pull that up.
Sorry.
It's all right. Nope, that's my bad. I did not put stuff in the right spot, so I had easy access to them. We're a professional deal here.
Yeah. Nothing but
Nothing
the
but
most
pros.
high quality podcast content
Nothing
you'll find
but
on
the
these internets.
Let's see. Where is that? I know you sent it to me the other day. Where is it? There it is. I found it.
All right, sweet.
All right. Okay, here we go. Now we've got it. Ready? Ta-da!
Ta-da! Dee and Bridget's legendary quest to be elite.
Yep.
Sponsored by I'm tired of farming thorium.llc. So where does this quest begin? Well, me and Bridget were kind of in our stage of, what do you want to do? I don't know. What do you want to do? I don't know. What do you want to do? And then an achievement popped up.
Ta-da!
From Fabian in our guild saying, Thunderfury, blessed blade of the Windseeker. And then I knew I had to has it. So there's if you want to make that into like presentation so it's a little bigger.
I don't know how to do this kind of stuff. Ah, there we go.
Yep. So there's a laundry list of crap we have to complete for this goal. See, I wanted to go in orders. I wanted to go in order, so we have the first two are basically half crafting, half I gotta get something in a dungeon. So
yeah,
that's the laundry list of things you need.
Hold on, let me make this to where it fits on the screen, because everything like this I put on here is different sized. So there we go. Okay, we're good now.
Nice.
I got it. This is fine.
Yep. We're doing good. Monka S. Okay, you can go to the next slide. So this required me a long night of blacksmithing. So it begins. So I needed 300 blacksmithing to get the pattern for Sulfuris Hammer, so this is me doing it.
Fun.
Yeah. And also I had to do mining.
Lots and lots of mining.
So quick tip, I posted on there my mining route to get classic mining up. You don't have to go in order with the nodes. So literally I just popped over to Burning Steps and did all the mining there so I can level it up really fast. Also, you get blacksmithing stuff, so
nice
for your to level the blacksmithing. So win-win.
Yeah.
And then the real grind begins. Smelting thorium.
Dun, dun, dun. I wonder if I can. No, I can't do that way. Okay, I'll have to click it.
And continues. We're still here. All right, okay, all right. Finally, back to this guy. All right. So I got 300 mining. You have to go to the Grim Guzzler in Black Rock Mountain, and you have to have a sulfurin ingot in your bag. So you got to run molten core, and it drops off of that Gormog, the incinerator, and it has 32.90% drop. So you
Fun.
have that one in there. When you have it, it'll have this quest text, and you'll receive a quest, and he'll allow you to make the plans for the sulfurian hammer.
Cool. Oops.
And I got the pattern.
Got the pattern. I was there. That was cool.
Yeah, why people?
That was like what, second try and you got it?
Oh no, that was another black.
Oh, that was the other one.
Yep.
Okay.
But anyway, you can switch. So, but what about mining? Bernie wants to know. Yeah, I realized that I couldn't mine anymore at 290, and I was wondering why. Well, the only way to get your mining to 300 in classic mining is to smelt dark iron ore.
Oof.
So you need your mining at 290 to do this quest. You need to go into the Seven Kings Hall in Blackrock Depths. You need to talk to this guy on your right, and he'll give you a laundry list of things. You need 2 star rubies, 10 true silver bars, and 20 gold bars, and that is your sacrifice to him to let him be able you be able to smelt dark iron.
Aha.
And then I got it. Oh yeah.
Ooh, oh yeah.
I teleported out thinking I was completely done. Went to the forge to actually smelt all of that dark iron into 40 bars, which we needed, and I couldn't smelt it there. After a type into Google, this meme came up.
You're like, oh. What?
Yeah.
What?
Sir, are you aware that you have to smelt dark iron in the Black Forge in the heart of Dark Rock Mountain?
What?
So now I had to go into Black Rock Mountain. I had to go all the way to Emperor Therasane. There's a bridge when you come to it, and there's a entrance to Molten Core for all your old folks out there. There is an entrance to Molten Core in Blackrock Depths. This is the catwalk to your left of that bridge, and you run all the way to it, and there's a sea of lava, and then the forge is like nestled right there in the middle.
Nice.
Mm-hmm. And after all that,
there's me.
Yeah, there's you. After all that, and a bunch of thorium mining for arcane crystals, which I'm not even going to get into that. We have crafted 2 sulfurian hammers.
Woot. You can see them there. Look at them beautiful hammers.
So I know this slideshow was about sulfurous. I can make another slideshow about Thunderfury, I guess. But that is how you get to the first part of this weapon.
Nice.
Which is all grinding. It was awful.
Yeah.
Yep.
So yeah, your handy dandy guide if anybody wants to try to get it. That's the first part of it.
Mm-hmm.
It's worth it too. I mean, the legendaries now are nice, but they're kind of easy to get compared to all the stuff you had to go through to get those kind of things. I want the staff. And I'm not sure which expansion it's from, but it's the one where you see people in Stormwind and all the dragons are flying above Stormwind and stuff. I want that staff.
Yeah, that's on our to-do list.
That's going to be cool. Yeah, right.
Yep.
All right, so are we ready for lore now?
Yep, yeah.
Can I
I
play my?
bugged you with it enough. Yeah,
I'm
yeah.
gonna play my lore music just because I like it. There we go. We got the lore, the Lord of Lore, the LOL.
I just didn't want that to go. I was like, I worked so hard on that slideshow. I
Oh, I
don't want
know.
to skip it.
No,
if
that's
you didn't, if anybody didn't like that, I'm sorry. I tried to make like good memes. I was proud of it.
That was good. That was
This is your LOL speaking.
that was a well done slideshow. I thought it was very good. We have another slideshow too coming
Yep.
up too. You want me to pull that up now, or you want to talk a little bit first? Okay, I'll pull it up now.
Yep, we'll pull this up now. We also have some videos too, so it's not just my face talking.
Yep. Woo.
So we are on Blood Elves Part 4
Blood Elves.
of 5, because I'm not doing a 6 because I'm sick and tired of Blood Elves. Okay. So, any hoozles. So where we left off, if you haven't watched that podcast, Lady Vosh and Kale escaped execution in Dalaran and made their way to Outland. When they arrived, they discovered a transport carrying a prisoner known as Illidan Stormrage.
Illidan.
Kale and Vosh both leapt into action and freed him. And then Illidan explained to Kale that he couldn't cure the Blood Elves' addiction to magic, but give them what they needed, their arcane power.
Dun.
Little did Kale...
Let me know when to switch. I'm good, okay.
Oh, yeah. Little did Lady and Kale know that Illidan had some demons of his own, literally. When the demon Kil'jaeden showed up questioning Illidan about why he didn't defeat the Lich King, Kale and Lady Vosh agreed to assist him in his efforts, and they made their way to Frozen Throne to intercept Arthas.
Dun, dun,
and
dun.
Kale got to him first.
Ta-da!
If you want to read about this story, it's actually dramatized in the Frozen Throne book. It's really, really good, and they like jab each other about Jaina. It's really good.
It is good.
Yep. If any of your mages out there, this is why fellow Malorn is in pieces.
Mm-hmm.
Arthas broke that blade and put it in pieces. Arthas was victorious in this battle, and Kale got away.
He did.
So, and then the real battle begins, and I'm not gonna talk through this. I have a video for this.
Let me switch back and get the video here. Hold on.
This battle's too good for me to talk through.
Yes, this is very good. Here we go. I will put that ag up here. Whoops. Do that. And play. Illidan, buddy, you lost.
Yep.
And we go back to our slideshow.
Yep. So
Oops.
Arthas climbed the stairway and finally merged with the Lich King. And Lady Voss and Kale both recovered Illidan and made their way back to Outland. But Illidan became stagnant in helping Kale find a source of magic, so the Blood Elves moved north to the zone of Farallon, now Netherstorm, and realized that the ley lines of magical energy might be enough to quench their thirst for arcane power. You can switch the slide. They ransacked the human settlements and began construction using 3 devices: the Mechanar, the Botanica, and the Arcatraz. 3 powerful gateways that could port themselves to other worlds in a blink of an eye. The Blood Elves and Kale began their experiments, and Kale caught a glimpse of true power. Kale turned against Illidan, believing that this new source of power that he found could be what the Blood Elves needed to not only sate their thirst, but to become even more powerful. But the fell magics began to wear him and his followers, driving them mad. And Kil'jaeden returns to Kale and offered him a way to fully control the fell magic so the effects were not as harmful. Kale and his followers then joined a pact with the Demon Lord.
Oops. Okay. Here we go.
Meanwhile, the Blood Elves on Azeroth, led by Lorthamar, led a team to retake Quel'Thalas from the undead, and being successful, recaptured their homeland and forged a new home for the rest of the Blood Elves. Kale then named Lorthamar as leader of Silvermoon, and he was unaware of Kale's new dark pact and what he was tasked to carry out. Cue video.
Video. Okay, back to scene. Let me get out of the slideshow. And video. Here we go.
It was called the Sunwell, a sacred fount of untold power. It saturated every fiber of our being. In the warmth of its glow, we thrived. Until the shadow of death fell upon us. After the Sunwell's destruction, did we realize how dependent we'd become upon its magic. How much we needed to feed. In the wake of our devastation, I named our people Cinderai, Blood Elves. My people turned to me for answers. I promised them a cure. Strangely, we found deliverance in the demon Illidan. Illidan offered new sources of arcane power, and so I joined him in Outland, pledging to return one day to lead our people to glory. But Illidan's agenda was short-sighted. I grew impatient. In secret, I I began harvesting what energies I could. I had a brief taste of true power. Before it was taken from me. But all is not lost. The Sunwell's essence endured, kept hidden by those who sought to protect it. Now, I have returned with the knowledge that sacrifices must be made before we can reclaim our birthright. I have forged a new alliance. Soon, the blessed rays of the Sunwell will shine once again and usher into this world the one who will deliver us all.
Oh, yeah.
Oh, yeah. And that is our story today.
Yeah.
Tune in next week for our final conclusion.
All right. The Blood Elves. That's interesting. Because I started at the very end of BC, and most of my play wasn't until Wrath started. So I missed a lot of that kind of, all the Blood Elf stuff. So that's
Right.
pretty interesting. That's good to know. And I like the slideshow and the videos. Very cool. Good job.
Thank you.
All right. So I think that's it for us today. Yep, that's pretty much it. Everybody have a good week. You can find us on the social medias. The Guild Renewed Hope is on Twitter at RH the Guild, and Deet is on Twitter at Deet, DEATE 6 on Twitter, and I'm on there, Zyla RH, ZILLAH RH. So that's where you can find us. And we also have Fun Detected Podcast on Instagram, so you can follow us on there. But yeah, and we have, you can send any questions to any of those places too if you want us to cover something, or you have a question about something we talked about, or if you're in the guild, you can post. We have a Discord channel for it too. So yeah, post about it there. But yeah, until then, everybody have a good week this week, and we'll be back on Sunday. Everybody love one another, and until then,
Eat dolphins, save tuna.
Bye, everybody. Have a good week.